Hey there, this tutorial is going to show you how to simplify the ridiculous and cumbersome electronics on Flynn's Lightcycle from Tron Legacy, the Spin Master toy. There's buttons all over the place, there's automatic shutoffs. Let's get rid of all that garbage and go with a simple on and off switch for the LED. The first thing you want to do is split the two halves apart. And there is a screw near the front and near the back, and you would think that was all there was to it. It is tack glued in a couple places. On mine it was tack glued at 3 places, and so now you have to separate it there. Before you go ahead and grab a thin screwdriver, which you think is thin enough to not damage the plastic and pry the two apart, grab yourself a thin razor blade, and what you want to do is wedge that between the parts and slowly tap with like a hammer or the end of a screwdriver or something. Slowly drive that between the two pieces, and eventually you'll snap the glue. Near the front, right ahead of the windshield, was the hardest for me. I think there was actually a pin there that went from one side to the other, and so I actually had to drive the razor blade all the way through that part. So now that you have that done, you're left with the center and you're left with two halves, and you can see an LED wire coming from each half. What you want to do is you want to cut those LED wires as close to the circuit board as you can, and then there will be an additional green wire that goes to the little button on the side, the Try Me button for the store displays. There's 2 screws there. You want to remove those and remove that black panel, and you can get at that push button. Leave the circuit board there, but cut the green wire. Cut it as close to either circuit board as you can. Set that aside. You may want that. So put that panel back on, and now it's simply a matter of soldering everything together. That's right, you're going to need a soldering iron. What you want to do is put the 2 white wires from the LEDs together, connect those to the black negative cable from the battery box, and then take the 2 purple wires, and I use the excess green wire I have to combine those together and run that to the switch. Then the red wire from the battery box goes to another terminal on the switch. Now you can see here where I attached them. That allows the switch to go either direction, and it will turn the lights on and leave them on. What you may want to do while you have it apart is to actually paint black the inside of the light cycle around where the LEDs are. That way the light shines just through the lens versus also shining through the body of the bike, which doesn't really give it the correct effect you want. That's something that I think I'm actually going to go back and redo at some point. So, hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and maybe it will simplify the goofy mechanics on this thing.